So I recently found out about something called Osaka OS, or the Osaka Operating System. I looked into it, and according to its description, it's a 32-bit, optionally multitasking megalithic operating system that is made with a focus on unconventional slash ridiculous design choices. I read this and I saw a little bit of a recording of it, and I immediately knew that I wanted to check it out. So I guess without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so I have just opened up Virt Manager. This is the virtualization software I'll be using to run the virtual machines. So as you see, I already have the ISO. This just comes when you clone the repository. Let's select it. Okay, so I believe this is in megabytes. I believe Osaka OS actually only needs 8 megabytes. So let's just give it 2 gigabytes of memory. Let's create a 2 gigabyte disk, and we'll call it Osaka OS. Now the operating system is running. Nothing much is happening right now. As you can see, there's hello. Let's try press enter. Oh, we're on the terminal. Right, so the Osaka OS GitHub page actually also has some information about like the valid commands, but it seems we have actually booted into Osaka OS correctly, and that it seems to be working. I know there's meant to be a good home screen, so let's try to go onto the home screen. I don't know how to go into the home screen. Let's try snake mode. Game over. Okay, I have a feeling snake mode doesn't work so well. So I'll go into the GitHub page very quickly and just see how I can enter the home page, because that's what I really wanted to see on this operating system. Okay, so it says the desktop of Osaka OS. You can enter the GUI by pressing the Windows/Command key. So how about we try that really quickly? So there is actually a graphical mode, as you can see here. I wonder what we can do from here. So you just press the Windows key again, and this is the screen I really wanted to see, because this is sort of the unique thing about this operating system. It's really oh wow, look, you can go to bed. This character here is Osaka from Azumanga Daioh, which is this is basically the character that the whole operating system is themed around. I'm not quite sure whether there's a Brazilian flag here, to be honest. I've only seen maybe 3 episodes of Azumanga Daioh, so I can't really comment. So it's very cool, because on one hand you can just press the Windows key and go back to this normal desktop mode, or you can actually navigate the desktop through here. I remember seeing somewhere if you press on the computer, it brings up the desktop like that, right? If you press the TV, I don't really know what this is, but yeah, it also brings something up. What is TBA? So you can also change your character's clothes. You can change the time of the day by pressing on this lamp. And we've already seen that you can go to bed. Oh wow, that's a bit of a visual bug. I don't think you're meant to be able to do that. I don't really know what I just clicked on. What's this? I clicked here somewhere. Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, I get it. That's kind of funny. You can actually bring up a more complex desktop, which I wonder how you can do this. This is what I'm hoping for. I wanna open this up and run some of these commands. Look, Azu fetch. So let's try that. As you can hear, I'm pressing every key on my keyboard. Nothing really seems to be happening. I don't know how to bring up the desktop with all the different windows. It's actually not documented anywhere, interestingly enough. I guess what I'll have to do is I'll restart the operating system, and this time I won't close the terminal. Shut down the virtual machine. Let's do force off. Alright, so that's unfortunate. I do seem to have nuked it somehow. IDE CD-ROM 2. So no media selected, this is probably why. And we will select osakaOS.iso. Oh, wait, look at this. I think I don't even need to reinstall it, because simply the disk wasn't up. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. So once again, we're here. It enumerated all the devices. Let's go to the terminal. I wanted to try Azu fetch, and wow, look at that. So Azu fetch does seem to be working. Let's see what other commands we can do. I think there's a journal. Let's try Control E. Control E. Oh wow, they changed my cursor. That was not like that before. Let's try Control E. Maybe like this. I don't understand why it's not doing it. Files. Let's see what we have on this file system, because apparently Osaka OS has its own file system, which I will be interested to look into afterwards. I can't get any of the special menus up with the control. Maybe it's the right control. No. Okay, so the say command is clearly just the equivalent of echo. I already tried control. Now control S isn't even working. So it seems once you boot into the graphical mode, you can no longer exit back to the command line. Something just came up. Wait, look at this. If you press this button here, wait, okay, so tool doesn't do anything. I'm clicking on it. Hopefully you can hear that. I'm clicking on it and nothing's happening. Let's try save. Hello.txt. So let's see if that gives us a new file. No? Perhaps it's because I'm booting off the ISO. I'm going to try rebooting the operating system one more time. And this time, I am not going to exit the CLI. Let's try Control P. Okay, so this is apparently the piano mode. Now, I don't have this hooked up to any audio, so I can't really hear it. But it is interesting. This does seem to work. I can press keys. Yeah, as you go down the rows, you get higher octaves. To the right, across those rows, you get higher pitches within those octaves. You get higher notes or accidentals. Okay, now let's try file edit mode, because I'm very curious for this. Enter file name. So we'll try hello.txt. Oh wow, it's like the old style editor where the arrow key, I'm not even entering any spaces or whatever. I'm just holding the right arrow key. So let's try. I remember seeing Control W will save it. So let's try. Just add a bit of a string. Let's try. My name is John Pork. Control W. File was created. Okay, now let's Control C. Files. Okay, and one file has been allocated. So that's actually very interesting. So let's make hello2.txt. And I will just spam this with a bunch of characters. Oh, okay, so that's interesting. It seems as soon as you reach the bottom, you actually can't type anymore. So let's see. Look, I'm replacing this, and instead of going to a new line, the cursor just wraps around back to the first line. So you can actually only make files with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 lines total. Which makes sense because this is an 80 by 25 terminal, I think, and the bottom line is occupied for the name of the file and LBA0. It actually allocated 5 more bytes to hello2 for some reason. I thought it would be aligned to kilobyte boundaries, but evidently that's not true. Or perhaps it is aligned, but I thought it would be like multiples. So let's do delete hello.txt. Let's say we only want hello2 files, and as we can see, yeah, only one file has been allocated. I wonder, can we make directories? Okay, so there's something called a tag my files hello2.txt. Let's see files. Okay, so it's not really a directory, but it is an organizational tag, so I guess that makes sense. Now, one very cool feature of Osaka OS that I wanted to try is the scripting system. I believe there is a scripting language called Ayumu script. I'll try to make FizzBuzz, perhaps, because that's a very simple problem. Everyone knows FizzBuzz. So to be honest, I've given up. If one of you guys wants to try fix this FizzBuzz program, please post it in the comments. Yeah, I think that's been a good exploration of Osaka OS. I've had a very interesting first impression. I have to say, a very interesting first impression. Oh wait, there's games. I was about to stop the recording. I didn't even realize there was a whole other feature we hadn't looked at. So let's just look at this really quickly. Oh, I think these are different like menus. I think these are different desktop menus. So this is not a game. This is actually just a different desktop menu. You can sort of move around with platform controls. Okay, so I think that really is pretty much everything to look at in at least a first impression. I don't know how to feel about this. This is very interesting though. So I do hope you've enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it. I thought it was very interesting. Obviously I've cut out a lot of the more boring parts just for your viewing pleasure. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, perhaps subscribe, and that's about it. Thanks for watching.